What's up, fellow duelists and YouTubers? This is Bryson from G-Busters, and today I will be doing a Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile. And the deck that I'll be showing you today will be of my own making of a really old deck of the Gravekeepers. And let's just get started. We're first starting off with the monster cards. What you want to run is 3 Commandants. What Commandant does is you discard from hand to the graveyard and let you add a Necro Valley from deck to hand. That's plain and simple. Search out Necro Valley real quick. Next, running 3 Heretics. As long as Necro Valley is on field, he's unaffected by card effects, which that's pretty good, and he's at 1800 meters, so that's pretty good for an older card. Next, running 3 Descendants. For the plain and simple reason, tribute 1 of your other Gravekeepers, target 1 card that your opponent controls, destroy it. That makes it real easy to get stuff off the field unless your opponent's running things that can't be targeted or is unaffected by card effects, which will in turn screw you over. And as a brick wall, I run 3 Spies. For its effect, flip it, special summon 1 Gravekeeper with 1500 attack or less from deck. But, I mean, that's all you really need. Easy to get out monsters on the field, plus brick wall. Next, 2 Recruiters. I usually use Recruiter while I have Descendant on field. Pop, use effect, pop Recruiter, send him to grave, get his effect, which lets you, when he's sent to grave, add 1 Gravekeeper 1500 defense or less to your hand. So, let you search out any Gravekeeper that you really need. Now, I only run 1 Nobleman for the plain and simple reason of its effect. You, if it is destroyed by battle and sent to the grave, you can special summon 1 face down, or let you special summon a Gravekeeper face down in defense position. So I always want to bring back Spy. So when it's sent to the grave, bring back Spy, and that's one of the combos there, which lets you get off another Gravekeeper. Simple, easy. Next we have a Shaman. Of course, it's another brick wall because it gains 200 defense for each Gravekeeper in your grave, negates all monster effects while negates all monster effects it activates in grave, and while Necro Valley is on field, your opponent cannot activate field spells and they cannot be destroyed. So, in turn, another wall. Chief, just for special summoning. When he is tribute summoned, you are able to special summon 1 Gravekeeper from grave. Next we use Ambusher because of his flip effect. No, he doesn't really have a flip effect, but when his card is flipped face up, target 1 card in your opponent's graveyard. Place that target on the bottom of their decks. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard after being flipped face up, you can target 1 Necro Valley card that's in your graveyard and add that target to hand. So, in turn, it helps you search out another Necro Valley. This and I just use for its effect. Assailant, because when Necro Valley is on field and when you declare an attack, you can change the battle position of 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. So, in turn, helps you if they're stuck in defense mode. Last of the Gravekeepers, I run 1 Oracle because of its effect. Tribute 1 Gravekeeper to get on field, but it only gets 1 of the effects. Okay, if you tribute 1 Gravekeeper, you can gain attack equal to the combined levels of all the tributed monsters times 100. 2, destroy all set monsters your opponent controls, and 3, all monsters your opponent controls lose 2000 attack and defense. Next would be Knight's Assailant because it's a flip effect. When it's attacked, destroy 1 card. I usually just set it, attack, boom, pop. Last one is like a Necro Valley on field, but it's End of Anubis. As long as it remains on face up on the field, all effects of spells, trap, and monster effects that designate a card in the graveyard are negated. So that's my monster list for this deck. Now for the spells, of course, you always want to run 3 Necro Valley. All Gravekeepers gain a boost of 500 attack and defense. Either player cannot banish cards. This also negates any card effect that would move a card in the graveyard other than itself to a different place. Of course, basic field spell for Gravekeepers. Next one, I always love to do this because it screws your opponent out of special summoning. Activate its Hidden Temples of Necro Valley. Activate only if a Gravekeeper and a Necro Valley both are on field. Neither player can special summon monsters except Gravekeeper monsters. If a Gravekeeper monster Necro Valley is not on field, destroy this card. That is the only downside of this card, because if you don't have both, boom, destroyed. But it really screws your opponent over. Next, you want to run 3 Gravekeeper Steals, which lets you target 2 Gravekeeper monsters in your graveyard and add those targets a hand, which ignores the effect of Necro Valley, which always comes in when you're in a tight spot and you don't have no monsters to draw. Of course, 3 MSTs for back row. That's all you really need. 2 Polydualities. Of course, search out or reveal the top 3 cards, add 1 to hand. You can't special summon. 1 Gravekeeper Servant, which helps you out as well, and while your opponent declares an attack, he must discard 1 card from deck. And then for the last spell, you want to run a Book of Moon, which comes in the stickiest of situations, which lets you, of course, change 1 target on field to defense position face down. So, on to traps, you want to run 3 Rite of Spirit, which lets you get target 1 Gravekeeper monster in your graveyard, special summon that target. This card's activation effect are unaffected by Necro Valley. So in turn, it just lets you special summon a Gravekeeper. 3 Fiendish. For the plain and simple reason, 3/4 of the decks out there today, if it's not Pendulum or normal monsters, they're effect monsters. Target it, effects are negated, and it can attack. So that just rules out 3 monsters for them. Here's my counter trap. Imperial Tombs of Necro Valley. When a spell, trap, or monster effect is activated while Gravekeeper Necro Valley is on field, negate the activation if you do destroy it. So these has helped me in the stickiest of situations against many foes, Necros, Cosmos, Burning Abyss. I couldn't tell you all the decks that I've helped with that. 1 Torrential Tribute. I mean, it helps if you've got recruiters on field, because on summon, if on your opponent's summon phase or your summon, activate Torrential, destroy all monsters on field. Bottomless Trap, of course, helps out in special summoning. If your opponent does a lot of special summoning, pop monsters 1500 attack, destroy and remove them from play. Mirror Force just for defense. That's all you really need for that. Sakuretsu as well for defense. And the last trap would be a Solemn Warning for summons. So that's the deck right there for the main deck. Now onto the extra deck. You want to run a Leviar, the Sea Dragon, 2 level 3s. Once per turn, you can detach and target 1 banished level 4 lower monster special summon. That's all that you really need with that. Next, I'm running 2 Cowboys, for plain and simple reason. These are game enders, overlaying defense, detach, 800 damage. So you're looking at 3,200 that you're dealing all total. So next would be Evil Sworn Thanatos. Detach a material. This card is unaffected by monster effects. That's the only reason why I run it, but it's also a 2350 attack. Next we have number 50, Black Ship of Corn. Effect would be detach 1 material from this, target 1 face-up monster with attack less than or equal to this, send it to grave, and if you do, inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. So you're destroying one with 2100 attack, lower than this or equal to it, and your opponent takes 1,000, which helps you in the long run. Next, Steel Swarm Roach. During either player's turn, if a level 5 or higher monster be special summoned, detach, negate the summon, and destroy. That's all you really need. Just negate them high monsters. So 101 Honor Arc. What can I say about Honor Arc? Detach, take target one special summon monster your opponent controls, attach it, and if it was to be destroyed, detach and you save Honor Arc. Number 44, Sky Pegasus. Detach, target one monster on the field, destroy it unless your opponent pays 1,000 life to negate the effect. I run 2 Master Key Beetles because it has helped me save Necro Valley so many times due to its effect. Detach 1 Exi material from this card. Target one card you control except this. While this card is face up on the field, that card cannot be destroyed by card effects. So that helps you out running Necro Valley. Always saves it. And last card would be number 39, Utopia. All it does is stops attacks. That's all I really run that with. But now, if y'all want to see some combos, I will go ahead and do that. Let me see here. Let's go ahead and say, got a Necro Valley on field. Got an End of Anubis, an Oracle, Recruiter, and a Descendant. What you really want to do is pop Descendant, put him to grave, target monster, destroy that. Recruiter's effect lets you add one. So what you'd want to do is go in through here and you want to add you another Recruiter to hand. So next turn you would play Recruiter again, Descendant. It's in like an endless loop. Pop. Okay, once he goes to grave, get the effect or add. I have done Chief in the past. Then tribute. Well, I wouldn't really tribute in that turn, but get him when he's tribute summon. Special summon a Recruiter in defense position. Descendant's effect, pop again, and go back into deck. And I have gotten another Descendant or either a Heretic. So that has that right there is one of your main combos, is a Descendant and Heretic, with him being unaffected by card effects. So that really concludes this deck build. So it's a 50 card deck if y'all wanted to know that. Not the best thing to run is a 50, but 50 will work. And this is it for our video. Please rate, comment, subscribe, follow us in the social media in the description below, guys. And just be watching for the next video to come out. Peace out from Bryson from Jeep Busters.